Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking you through a 20-minute flow. So we're going to start in Sudha Baddha Konasana. So slowly bring yourself down onto your mat. Bring your soles of the feet to touch. Your knees just gently fall out wide and just rest your spine along the mat. And I want you to bring your right hand to your belly, your left hand to where your heart lies, just on the left side of your chest. And just start to ground down to the mat. Feel the connection of your spine from your sacrum all the way to the crown of the head. And now start to feel your breath in your belly. The belly will rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Inhale, belly expands and rises. Exhale, it contracts. Bring your knees to your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins and stay still as you feel your breath compressing up against your thigh. And then keeping your right knee to your chest, begin to straighten through your left leg. With your left hand, draw the right knee over towards the left. Reach your right arm out and let your eye gaze follow to your right fingertips. Perhaps a few pops and cracks through the spine. Come back onto your back, bring both knees to chest and then straighten through your right leg. With your left knee, draw it over to the right. Your left arm will reach out and your eye gaze can follow towards your left fingertips, feeling a twist to the other side. Gently rolling onto your back now, bring both knees to your chest, cross one ankle over the other and take 3 rocks up and down the spine. Eventually coming into your tabletop position as you roll onto your knees and hands. We're going to come through 3 cat-cows, so take an inhale to lower your belly, draw your shoulder blades back and look forward. As you exhale, round through your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, lower the belly, look up to the front of the room. Exhale to round, tuck your bottom under, chin to chest. One more like this, breathe in. Breathe out. As you gently push back onto your sit bones, just come to your knees and rest your hands onto your thighs. I'm going to put my hair up, but if you have any little adjustments to get ready for our juicy flow, you can do so now. And then we'll come back down into our tabletop position as you push into downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And just spreading your fingers really wide on the mat. A slight bend through your knees if that feels good. And then I want you to step or jump to the front of the mat. A halfway lift on the breath in. Fold to the mat on the breath out. Let's rise all the way to stand and then bring your hands to heart center, Samastiti. Mountain pose as you step your feet hip width apart, palms face the front of the room and close down your eyes. I want you to feel the energy running from the soles of your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. Let's take a breath in, lift your arms up over your head. As you exhale, fold to the mat. Halfway lift. Step your right foot back and gently lower the back knee down, untuck your toes. Low lunge as you reach your arms up towards the sky. Draw your belly in, so this will naturally tuck your pelvis under. Let's bring the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and we're going to pivot around to the right into your wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath in to come halfway up, tabletop position. As you exhale, pivot to the back of the room, lower your left knee down and lift your arms to the sky. Low lunge to the other side. We're feeling a nice stretch into the front of the left hip. Let's bring the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee and pivot to your left this time. Halfway lift. Pivot to the front of the room, frame your front foot as you step your left foot back, 3-legged dog. Downward facing dog. On your breath in, roll forward to your high plank. Please lower your knees down, Find your low plank as you come through your chaturanga, squeezing your elbows by your ribs. Baby cobra as you lift your chest, and then bring your hands to the floor on the outside of your mat. Wide cobra as you lift your chest. Lower your right shoulder down and look to the left. Inhale, lift your chest up. Left shoulder down, look to your right. Inhale. Right shoulder down, look to your left. Inhale. Left shoulder down, look to your right on the breath out. Wide cobra. As you mindfully walk your hands below your shoulders, push up through your high plank or low plank. Downward facing dog, send your hips to the sky. Let's bend the knees deeply, look forward, step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back now as you lower the back knee, untuck the toes, low lunge. Arms come up by your ears. Bring your hands to the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee as you pivot to the left, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to the back of the room as you lower your right knee down, untuck your toes, low lunge. Draw that belly in. Stay soft through your shoulders. Hands to the mat, lift the back knee, pivot to your right, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot to the front of the room, right leg to sky, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank, option to lower the knees, chaturanga on the breath out. Upward facing dog as you lift your thighs off the mat. Downward facing dog, send your hips to the sky. Take a few breaths here, feeling that chest drawing back to your thighs. Bend your knees deeply and walk to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold deeply on the breath out. Rise to stand on the inhale. Samastiti on the exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath. Coming into Utkatasana, so arms come up by your ears. Forward fold, not Utkatasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back. Keep the back knee lifted, crescent lunge now, high lunge. Drop into that front knee. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, pivot to the right. Fold on the breath out. Halfway lift. Pivot to the back of the room. Exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale, high lunge. Keep moving with your breath. Exhale to the mat. Inhale to pivot to the left. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift to the front of the room. Three-legged dog on the breath in. Downward facing dog on the breath out. High plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog as you send your hips to the sky. Let's begin to bend your knees deeply. Look forward, step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Let your palms touch. Forward fold to the mat on the breath out. Halfway lift. Left foot steps back this time. Inhale to crescent lunge. We're going to keep moving with the breath. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to pivot to the left. Exhale to fold a little deeper. Halfway lift. Pivot to the back of the room on the exhale. Crescent lunge to the mat. Pivot to your right on the breath in. Fold deeper on your breath out. Halfway lift. To the front of the room, exhale. Three-legged dog, right foot to sky, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Moving through your chaturanga as you roll forward to your high plank, squeezing your elbows by your ribs. Draw your shoulders back on your upward facing dog. Downward facing dog as you send your hips to the sky. Bend your knees deeply, look forward, step or float, halfway lift, and fold. Rise to stand, inhale. Samasthiti, exhale. I want you to take a few moments here just to feel your breath. And then bring your arms up by your ears, coming into Utkatasana chair pose. So send your sit bones to the back of the room. I want you to check that you can see all 10 toes. And if you can't, send your bottom back a little further and draw your belly to spine to naturally tuck your pelvis under. Let's bring our hands to heart center and twist to the left, bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Option here is to go a little deeper by opening up your arms. Utkatasana as you slowly bring your arms up over your head. And then bring your hands to heart center as we twist to the right, left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Again, option to open up the arms, go a little deeper here. Keep those sit bones sitting down. Inhale to come up, Utkatasana. Exhale to fold to the mat. And then bring your hands to your elbows and just gently fold over your shins. Setting up for crow pose, so spread your fingers really wide on the mat. Bring your knees into your armpits and gently lift your feet off the mat. Engage here as you find that shelf for your knees. Option to step or jump back into your chaturanga, moving through your vinyasa flow. Meeting in downward facing dog on the breath out. Keep those fingers spread out nice and wide as you send your chest back towards your thighs. Let's lift the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog, knee to nose, exhale. Inhale to three-legged dog. Knee to nose as you quietly step it through in between your hands, moving into your crescent lunge, high lunge. Can you come onto the ball of the back foot, lift the back thigh, and then sit a little deeper into your front knee. Gently bring your left hand forward, your right arm back. And then bringing your right hand to the back of your thigh, your left arm comes up over your head, twisted crescent lunge. Cartwheel your arms over, warrior two to the front of the room, eyes gazing over your right middle finger. Inhale to straighten your front leg, arms come up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale one more time. This time, exhale to the back of the room, warrior two. Let's reach forward, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Extended side angle as you bring your forearm to your thigh, your right arm up and over your head. Option here to bring the right arm behind your back, or even come into a full bind by bringing your left arm up and under your thigh. Interlacing your fingers and rolling around that right shoulder. Take a breath. Gently release into extended side angle as you roll up to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten through your front leg, arms come up. As you pivot all 10 toes to the right and reach forward on the breath in. Exhale to fold. From here, we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So grab onto your ankles and pull yourself a little closer towards your thighs. You may wish to walk your hands between your legs to go a little deeper. Bring your hands below your eyes, gaze a halfway lift on the breath in. Pivot to the front of the room on the breath out. Three-legged dog, right foot to sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use this as a resting pose to find your breath. From here, we're going to reach the left leg to sky, knee to nose on the exhale. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, drop into your breath. Your right hand comes forward this time, your left hand back, and we twist to the left. Bring your left hand to the back of your thigh, right arm up and over your head. Cartwheel your hands over, warrior two as your eyes gaze over the middle finger. Inhale to straighten your front leg, arms come up by your ears. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to the back of the room now, looking over your right fingertips as you reach forward, flip and reverse. Extended side angle, forearm to thigh, left arm up and over your head. Option to come into a half bind, like what we did before, or a full bind, bringing that right arm underneath your thigh. Interlace your fingers. Inhale to rise up, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, arms come up, pivot all 10 toes and reach forward. Take a breath in. Fold on the breath out. From here, you might want to find a different hand position. So holding onto your ankles, you could interlace your hands behind your back, opening through the front of the chest. Just do what feels natural for your body, whatever feels good. Stay for another breath. As you release your hands, bringing them below your eye gaze, a halfway lift. Pivot to the front of the room. Look forward, step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Child's pose as you lower your knees out wide, your big toes touch and send your sit bones to your heels. Let your arms reach out in front of you and your heart will melt between your thighs. Let's walk the hands up towards the knees. And then rolling onto one hip and reach your feet forward to the front of the room. Bring your right knee to your chest. We're coming into an open twist. So right arm to the inside of the knee, left fingertips behind you. Use your fingertips to lift the spine and the exhale will twist you around the shoulder. Option to come into a bind here, wrapping that right arm around the front of the knee, the left hand behind your back. Gently release your bind. Pivot back to the front of the room and straighten through the right leg as you bring the left knee to the chest. Open twist, left arm to the inside of your knee, right fingertips behind you. Find length through your spine. Option to come into your bind and keep twisting around that right shoulder. Gently make your way back to the front of the room as you straighten through both legs. Bring your arms up over your head and then fold over both shins, allowing your hands just to rest wherever they fall. This could be your knees, your shins, or all the way to your feet. Tuck your chin to your chest and just let the body draw down with gravity. Allow your exhale to go a little deeper. One vertebrae at a time, walking yourself up, bringing both knees in towards your chest, and then making your way down onto your back. Walk your feet back towards your hips as we set up for our bridge pose. So plant your hands down and lift your hips towards the sky. Perhaps rolling your shoulders underneath you and interlacing your fingers as your hips go a little higher, eyes gazing straight up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, keep your chin tucked as you lower one vertebrae at a time, releasing the shoulders from underneath you. A gentle sway of the knees from left to right, right to left, just to counterbalance the spine. As we set up for our next back bend, so this could be bridge, like what we just did before, or setting up for full wheel, so hands by your ears. And then you're going to press evenly into your hands and your feet and lift your whole body off the mat. If you notice that your head rests on the mat, you probably need to stay in bridge pose today. If you're in full wheel, let your chin slightly tuck so you're using the anterior neck muscles, the front of your neck, to hold you here. One vertebrae at a time, tuck your chin, lower each vertebrae to the mat. Again, nice twist from left to right. Bring your arms out by your sides into T shape. Move slowly. Draw your knees into your chest like we did at the beginning of class. feel the breath pushing up against your thigh. And then we'll come into happy baby. So your knees into your armpits, your hands are resting on the outside of your feet. When you make sure that your shoulders are resting on the mat, your lower back is resting on the mat. And if holding onto your feet is too much, hold onto your calves. Bring your knees into your chest. Forehead to knees, find a tight ball as you make your way down into Shavasana. I want you to just allow the feet to fall out. Let your palms face towards the ceiling and just fully surrender into this space. Please stay here for as long as you wish. May all beings live in peace. In all that we are and all that there is, together we say, Namaste.